This year, what's the difference from last year's team? You know, a strong year. What's going to be the difference in 2010? Are we going to see a similar team, or is there going to be a lot of change?
Well, I think we're going to see an awful lot of the same kind of things. The big difference, I think, this year is we're not going to rely on one or two guys. I really feel that we have a team concept. Our kids have really bought into that. We continue to be a two-platoon kind of a team, but I don't think you're going to see that guy running the ball 65 yards and 75 yards. I think you're going to see a team that's going to be controlling the clock and score points, you know, over the long run instead of the short run.
You know, Coach, we were talking a little bit before about your schedule, and it's a bear to start off with Valley View and Turpin in weeks 2 and 3, and even McNick in week 1. I think, well, much like you guys, are going to be a surprise team. When it comes to making that schedule, what's your philosophy behind it? I know Valley View and Turpin are on there year in and year out, but what is this philosophy?
Well, sometimes people say you're an idiot, but, you know, basically we think in order to become a better football team and move your program to the next level, you have to play quality competition. And, you know, you don't deserve to be in the playoffs if you can't beat the kind of teams you're going to see in the playoffs.
Coach, talk a little bit about the defensive side of the football. You know, you're trying to build there on the defensive side. Obviously, you know, Shu mentioned that last game with Wyoming, such a shootout, giving up all those points. I imagine that's something you're trying to work on. You know, you mentioned more of a clock-controlled team. What are the steps defensively that you take to sort of make your team that way?
Well, the first step was to step down as defensive coordinator, and that's what I did. And Tony Arcuri, who was at Madeira, will be coordinating the defense this year. An awful lot of input for me, obviously, but we're making a switch to a 3-4 kind of a defense because we think we've got the skill to run to the football, and so, you know, we work a lot of that, a lot of pursuit, a lot of getting kids around the football.
Well, let's talk a little bit about the defense, and we'll go down to the far corner.